We want ships to go through. We don't know that they've dropped any mines, by the way, because we blew up all their mine droppers, right? We blew up every one of them. They're going to have to take them out on a rowboat or something. I don't know how the hell they get out there. But the Strait of Hormuz remains closed to oil tanker traffic. Despite the destruction of over 140 Iranian vessels, the American fleet still has not entered the strait. The reason is the high risk of mine warfare. In peacetime, approximately 20% of the world's oil consumption passed through this waterway. Now that flow has stopped. The geography of the Strait of Hormuz makes it an ideal location for mine warfare. The narrowest point of the strait spans 22 nautical miles. However, the actual channel through which large vessels can safely navigate is only 6 mi wide. This channel is divided into two traffic lanes of 2 meters each, one for entry into the Persian Gulf, the other for exit. Between them lies a buffer zone 2 mi wide. The remaining waters belong to Iran and Oman. In such a confined space, striking an Iranian mine is extremely likely. Ships have no room to maneuver. Modern naval mines differ fundamentally from their World War II predecessors. They do not require direct contact with a ship's hull. The Iranian arsenal includes mines with magnetic, acoustic, and hydrodynamic detonators. Magnetic mines react to a vessel's electromagnetic field. Every steel ship generates such a field while moving. Acoustic mines are triggered by propeller noise. Hydrodynamic mines detect water pressure changes as a hull passes overhead. The most dangerous are mines with programmable detonators. They can be set to explode after the third, fourth, or fifth vessel passes. The first ships transit safely. Crews assume the route is clear. The next vessel detonates. Such mines can be anchored at predetermined depths or laid directly on the seabed. To detect bottom mines, minesweepers must move at minimal speed, no more than 5 to 8 knots. Sonar systems need time to scan the bottom, but slow movement makes the fleet vulnerable to ballistic and cruise missile attacks from the Iranian Music coastline. Iran has deployed hundreds of anti-H ship missile launchers along the shores of the Persian Gulf. To lay mines, the Iranians use fast attack craft. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy operates a fleet numbering over 1,500 such vessels. This is a separate structure from Iran's regular navy. The IRGCN answers directly to the Supreme Leader and functions as an instrument of asymmetric warfare. IRGCN doctrine envisions mass attacks by small forces against a technologically superior adversary. The IRGCN fast attack craft fleet is remarkably diverse. Among them are modified Swedish Boghammar boats measuring 40 to 43 ft in length, capable of reaching speeds up to 45 knots. Rigid hull inflatable boats of the Zodiac type are used for rapid raids and sabotage operations. Iranian industry also produces indigenous designs. Zulfiqar-class boats feature integrated radar and carry two Nasser-1 cruise missiles with a range of up to 22 mi. The Ashura-class reaches speeds of 75 knots. The newest development is the Hadar 110. According to Iranian sources, it can reach speeds of 110 knots, over 125 mph. The hull is constructed from carbon fiber, music providing low radar visibility, and lightweight, approximately 9 tons. The boat carries two anti-ship missiles, and music can attack from distances exceeding the effective range of shipboard close-in defense systems. After launching its missiles, the boat immediately withdraws at maximum speed, complicating counterattack. IRGCN boat armament includes DSHK heavy machine guns in 12.7mm caliber RPG-7 rocket-propelled grenade launchers, 107-meter multiple rocket launcher systems, and anti-ship music cruise missiles. The main problem for the American fleet is identification. IRGCN boats disguise themselves as ordinary fishing vessels. Thousands of civilian boats traverse the Persian Gulf daily. Fishermen, music smugglers, traders all use similar craft. Distinguishing an armed IRGCN boat among them music is virtually impossible until it opened fire or drops a mine. The boats are based on remote islands, oil platforms in the middle of the Gulf, and underground bunkers carved into the cliffs of the Iranian coastline. The IRGCN regularly releases videos of its underground bases where hundreds of boats stand music ready to deploy. The U.S. Navy found an asymmetric response to this threat. To track Iranian boats, they began using A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft, better known by the nickname Warthog. This decision seems counterintuitive. The A-10 dates from 1970s development. Its first flight occurred in May 1972. Serial production began in 1976. The aircraft is subsonic. Maximum speed is only 439 mm in level flight. Cruise speed is even lower, approximately 348 meters, but this low speed makes the A-10 ideal for maritime patrol. The aircraft was designed to destroy Soviet tank columns in West Germany's Fula Gap. Its mission was to fly low over the battlefield, visually acquire targets, and destroy them with cannon fire. The same tactics work over water. At speeds of 250 to 310 mph, the pilot has sufficient time to examine each vessel, music assess its type of away, and or cargo on deck. The A-10's design is optimized for extended music time on station. Two General Electric TF-34 LYCA, four GE1 turbo engines producing 9 of thrust, each ensure economical fuel consumption. Internal music fuel tanks hold enough for a combat radius of approximately 286 meters. With external tanks, range music increases substantially. A-10 pilots have conducted ferry flights lasting up to 10 hours with multiple aerial refuelings. Maximum duty day is limited to 12 hours due to crew fatigue. The cost per flight hour for the A-10 is $19,000, one of the lowest figures among U.S. Air Force combat aircraft. The A-10's primary weapon is the 7-barrel GA-AU-8 Avenger cannon in 30mm caliber. This is the most powerful aircraft gun ever mounted on a production aircraft. Rate of fire is 3,900 rounds per minute. Standard ammunition load is 1,174 rounds. The primary ammunition type is the PGU-14B armor-piercing incendiary round with a depleted uranium core. This material is extremely dense. It penetrates armor up to 2.7 in thick at a range of 1,640 ft. The cost of one such round ranges from $25 to $35 depending on the contract. To destroy a fast attack craft with a fiberglass hull, a burst of a few seconds is sufficient. That's music 30 to 50 rounds at a total cost of less than $2,000. Compare this to the alternatives. FA-18 Super Hornet fighters can also patrol over the strait. However, their primary weapon for ground and maritime targets is the AGM-65 Maverick guided missile. The cost of one Maverick missile varies from $48,000 for the basic A model to $269,000 for the G model with a heavy warhead depending on variant. An Iranian fast attack craft costs anywhere from tens of thousands, music, to several hundred thousand depending on class. Using a 4 million missile against a boat is economically irrational. The Super Hornet carries a limited number of such missiles. The A-10 with its ammunition load of over 1,000 rounds can destroy dozens of boats in a single sortie. The FA-18 also has a cannon, the 20mm M61 Vulcan. However, its ammunition, a capacity is only 578 rounds. The caliber is smaller, armor penetration is lower. Most importantly, the Super Hornet is not designed for slow flight at low altitude. Music. Its optimal regime is high speed and high altitude. For visual searching of small targets on water, it is far less suitable. Army Aviation uses AH-64 Apache helicopters for patrol duties. They are armed with Hellfire missiles and the 30mm M230 cannon. The Apache has excellent sensors. Music. The longbow radar can simultaneously track over 128 targets. However, the Apache has a critical limitation, time on station. Maximum flight duration without refueling is 3 hours and 9 minutes. With a full combat load, this time shrinks to 212 hours. After that, the helicopter must return to base or to a ship. The A-10 can remain over the patrol zone 2 to 3 times longer. One aircraft covers more territory and requires fewer sorties. The A-10 is equipped with modern target acquisition systems. The Lightning system is an external pod containing an infrared camera and laser rangefinder designator. Night vision devices allow round-the-clock observation. The protected cockpit with titanium armor withstands hits from rounds up to 23mm caliber. Even if the Iranians open fire on the aircraft from a boat, the chances of downing an A-10 with a machine gun or RPG are minimal. The constant presence of A-10s over the strait has changed the operational situation. Iranian boats can no longer freely conduct mining operations. Every boat leaving port comes under observation. If a boat carries cargo resembling naval mines or exhibits suspicious behavior near shipping lanes, it becomes a legitimate target. IRGCN boat crews know that warthogs are constantly circling above them. One short burst from the GAU-8 will turn their boat into debris. This psychological pressure restrains mining. Operations no less than actual strikes. An aircraft designed 50 years ago to destroy Soviet music tanks in Central Europe has proven to be the ideal instrument for controlling a narrow maritime strait in the Middle East. Music low speed, powerful cannon, extended patrol time, and low operating costs. These very characteristics have made the A-10 indispensable in the confrontation with Iranian mosquito forces.